following is a presentation of Two Sports, the leader in local sports coverage.
Martins Creek goes bat-to-bat with Hellertown to win their third Blue Mountain League championship in a row. The Iron Pigs look to crawl out of the International League cellar, but fall short to their Pennsylvania neighbors. And the Trenton Thunder take batting practice against the pitching staff of the R. Phils. Watch out for that pie. You gotta watch Sports Scene next.
Welcome to Lehigh Valley Sports Scene, powered by Crank Body Fuel.
Very pleasant good evening on this Monday night. This is Sports Scene with Al DiCarlo. I'm Mike Zambelli. We start tonight with Blue Mountain League Baseball, and we have a repeat after a repeat. I guess you call it a three-peat.
Yeah, it keeps on going.
Keeps on going.
When you're playing good baseball over a couple of years, you're going to have a little dynasty starting to go here. Last week, Kutztown Rockets captured the ACBL championship for the third straight year. Well, over the weekend, Martins Creek had a chance to do the same, but for Blue Mountain League honors. In order to three-peat, the Creekers needed to beat Hellertown one more time. Well, we head out to Pacioli Field on Saturday. The Creekers looking for the title on their home field, but Hellertown comes to play. Top half of the first inning, Ian Burley strokes a two-run blast to right field. Hellertown played 6 in that inning. After the Creekers counter with 3 in the bottom half of the frame, Hellertown adds to their lead at the top half of the second. Richie Newman with a 3-run bomb. This one over the center field fence. That increases the Royals' lead at that point to 9-3. This game would go back and forth, lots of runs being scored. How about 32 combined when it was all said and done, including 5 home runs. But in the end, it's Hellertown that forces a game number 4 as they hold on and win 17-15, keeping their hopes alive, closing to 2-1. So with that said, we move on to Dimmick Park for Game 4 yesterday afternoon. Jeff Laporta for Hellertown, Robbie Williams for Martins Creek. Not the runs, but the defense early for the Creekers. Check out the catch here by former Easton Red Rover Jim Happel to rob Richie Newman of a hit. This one, unlike Game 3, scoreless until the top of the 5th inning. A routine ground ball by Joe Buba, good enough to plate the first run for the Creekers. Later in the inning, Brandon Leslie with a shot to third. This one mishandled, a tough play here at third. Jeff LaBarge would come in to score, and it would go 2-0 Martins Creek. Next batter is Jesse Borden. He strokes a single to right field. Matt Morty scores. 3-0 Creekers. That would be more than enough. They go on to win by the score of 4-0 to capture the third straight Blue Mountain League championship.
I'm so exhausted. I'm so beat up. This series, with all the rain and everything, feels like it took a month. They're a tremendous team. Laporta's a tremendous big game pitcher. I'm just exhausted. I don't really have any other words than that for the series. Maybe a little, a day to reflect on it. I might have some better quotes, but right now I'm just beat.
It's been fun. These guys are real fun to play with, and it's a good group of guys who just have fun. We hang out away from the games too, and just do a lot of stuff together. It's a good team. We're pretty well united as a team.
They deserve to win the title. They held us to no runs today, and if you can't score a run in the championship series, then certainly the better team won this year. But we're looking forward to playing them again next year and in the future because it's a good rivalry now. It's been going on with me since 1978 with this team, and that's 30 years now it's been going on, and hopefully will continue again in the following few years anyway.
At this point, I feel I'm in like a defensive mode because people aren't respecting what we did. But this year, seeing as we were in first place from opening day till the end of the season, we won 33, 34 games, only lost 6. I pretty much feel, our numbers and our record speaks for itself. We don't have to posture and come up for reasons for people to respect us. We've done it on the field this year.
Indeed, congratulations there. On to golf. Parkland once again appears to be the team to beat in the Lehigh Valley Conference. Last year, the Trojans lost to Liberty during the regular season, settled then for a tie with the Hurricanes in the LVC tournament, which was moved, by the way, up this year and played today. Tom Mykrantz has all the action from Mahoning Valley Country Club.
LVC golf coaches decided to have this year's tournament as a season kickoff rather than have it well into the season. The reasons are twofold. A, the chances of better weather now, and B, having some separation between this tournament and the other postseason action.
leagues comes to an end, our matches end, our rainouts are rescheduled, along with district qualifying, regionals. Everything kind of happens at once. So we wanted to try to move one thing that we had some power over to earlier in the season before school starts.
Parkland's number 1, Brandon Davis, was in contention for medalist honors. However, the senior started the back 9 with 2 bogeys and limped home with a 76. Easton's Luis Bedoya got to even after sinking this birdie putt on the par 5 14th, but double bogeys on the final 2 holes took him out of contention. The senior also was 4 over and tied Davis for 4th place. Central Catholic's Steve Welke played steady down the stretch. The junior was a big reason the Vikings were runner-up in the team competition, shooting a 75 all alone in 3rd place. Jesse Bingaman of Nazareth got a huge confidence booster on 11, reaching the par 5 in 2 and sinking a 20-footer for eagle to go to +2. However, Bingaman finished well back with an 83. Teammate Mark Sager fared better. The sophomore shot a 2 over 74 and good enough for sole possession of 2nd place. The surprise winner, though, was Mike Ashcroft, a junior, playing 5th on the Parkland depth chart today. Ashcroft, who was 8th on the team last year and didn't even play in the LVC tournament, was medalist with a 1 over 73.
I just was hitting the ball really straight today. I didn't really, I was putting well, I didn't really start off that well, but I birdied 2 of the last 3 holes.
You know, it's early in the season. The scores are really tight. And right now, it looks like, Mike is playing the best golf right now. He's hitting it straight. He's keeping it out of trouble, and he can putt. So not a surprise. I think a lot of people are just learning about Mike, and he's got a long season ahead of him, but certainly looks like he got off to a good start.
Parkland took team honors. Freedom was 3rd. Easton's Patricia Klein was low among the girls with a 91. On the scene at Mahoning Valley Country Club, Tom Ikrantz, 2 Sports.
All right, back to baseball now. We check in the Tri-County League Finals, and it was the Gablesville Owls beating the Northern Yankees 3-1 to win that series, best-of-5 series, their 13th overall championship. Gablesville winning the title game 4-1. Each team was 6 hits. Sean Betts, the winning pitcher. Jake Argue, the losing pitcher. Ryan Mark, had a couple of RBIs. Interesting to note that Gablesville lost all 4 regular season meetings to the Northern Yankees, but able to regroup and play their best baseball come the tournament time. So congratulations to them, and we continue to move on. Back to the golf. One of the reasons they're able to play that tournament first thing in the year is how active those guys are all summer long. They're in peak shape when it comes to the beginning of the year.
That word, peak. They are in peak condition, unlike other sports where you're just getting ready to go. They're ready to go, that's for sure. When we come back, speaking of the Yankees, we'll go with the other Yankees, the Scranton Yankees, Lehigh Valley Iron Pigs. Highlights coming your way.
Mezzaluna Sports Bar and Grill, already a great place to enjoy sports. Or the Valley's best live entertainment every week with no cover charge. But have you tried their great food? Their expert chefs have a wide selection of appetizers and sandwiches, but they also have delicious entrees, all served up fresh in a relaxed casual dining area, so you can enjoy bite after bite after bite. For great food, live entertainment, sports, and more, Mezzaluna Sports Bar and Grill, Airport Road, Allentown.
Because you need the all-day energy. Because you need the vitamins, minerals, and antioxidants. Because you need the muscle performance. Cranked Body Fuel, because it works.
Let's go get Yakult. You know it's always been the best. Let's go get Yakult for quality that beats the rest. They got cheesesteaks, French fries. The famous Yakult hot dog is known worldwide. Let's go get Yakult. The secret sauce is one of a kind.
Yakult's an Allentown tradition.
I'm back.
I'm back.
I'm back and better than ever.
More people
people are getting back to life faster with help from the Spine Center at Coordinated Health. Now you can count on the region's top experts in both neurological and orthopedic spine surgery to help you make the right choice and get back to a healthy, active life.
Diagnosis, surgery, and therapy, all in one place.
I'd never go anywhere else.
Trust Coordinated Health with 6 area locations.
You're watching Sports Scene, powered by Cranked Body Fuel.
Lehigh Valley Iron Pig regular season winding down, 16 more to go, including a season-ending 7-game homestand that will start next Sunday. Iron Pigs on the road tonight for the first of a 4-game set with Buffalo. Meanwhile, last night, Lehigh Valley dropped the second of a short 2-game weekend series with the Scranton-Wilkes-Barre Yankees. Another 10,000 on hand. Things looking good early. Watch Juan Miranda or T.J. Bond in right field. That is Milky Cabrera getting thrown out. He's optioned down from the Yankees. He did reach base all 5 times, walked 4 times. Shelley Duncan will line one into the gap in left center. Ground roll double. Miranda comes down. Yanks leading 1-0. Top 3, Cabrera after a walk will score this time. Matt Carson. This time T.J. Bond. Little problem out there in right field. 2-0 Yanks. Third, though, the Lehigh Valley Iron Pigs start to find some answers with 2 on. That's Rich Thompson with a line drive to right. RBIs number 39 and 40. He is third in the Iron Pig lineup with that. It was tied at 2 with Rouse and Watson coming around to score. Pigs will take the lead then in the bottom of the 4th with a runner on. Mike Rouse will play a little long ball to right center over the fence. 5th home run of the season for Rouse. Brennan King and Rouse scored, and it was 4-2 Iron Pigs. They'll get another one with 2 out. Brendan Watson is the batter. He had a terrific ball game. He had 4 hits, scored 2 runs, and drove in a couple. Casey Smith will score. Iron Pigs looking good at this point, leading the ball game 5-2. Top of 6, though, here come the Yankees. Eric Duncan will get one through on the right side. Shelley Duncan, no relation. Duncan, what a series he had. 2 homers and 3 doubles in 2 games. Chris Benson in trouble here again. Nick Green will go long ball, 2-run homer. He's the number 7 hitter, 10th of the year for him. We were all even at 5 apiece. Scranton will add another to increase their lead. Gary Knott's in there pitching. Juan Miranda will add his 10th home run. This is a mammoth shot. He knew it right away. Longest one we've seen all year to straightaway center. Huge swing there, 6-5 at that point there. Moving on now to the 8th. And it was more for the Scranton Wilkes-Barre Yankees as they'll get 2 more in the inning and up their lead to 3. The Yanks round out the scoring and will wind up with 9 on the board. Ben Bouchard with a single here. They put up 9 runs, 17 hits in the game, 33 for the 2 games. They wound up scoring 21 runs in the 2-game series. Brandon Watson trying to add a little rally here in the 9th, a solo homer, but the Iron Pigs fall 9-6. Scranton Wilkes-Barre has now won 12 of 14 against the Lehigh Valley Iron Pigs. They'll play 2 more of this starting up in Scranton this Friday and Saturday.
Meanwhile, at the AA level, the Reading Phillies back in action tonight, trying to salvage the final game of a 4-game set with the Trenton Thunder before opening up a 3-game set with Bowie tomorrow night. Our Phils entering yesterday's game with the Thunder, looking to halt their 5-game losing streak. Out to First Energy Stadium we go. Our Phils sending Andrew Carpenter to Hill. Trenton countering with Carl Pavano, making his 3rd rehab start for the Thunder, and a very successful start. He strikes out 6 batters on the night. Pavano trying to make it back to the Yankees. Well, he gets offensive support as well. Top half of the 3rd, no score until Edouard Gonzalez finds the pool in right field. Look out. A solo shot and a 1-0 lead for the Thunder. Still in the 3rd inning, Francisco Cervelli slaps a single to the right field. And just like that, 2-0 in favor of Trenton. Well, with that said, it's on to the veggie race. It's lettuce and cauliflower going head-to-head with broccoli, not even in the picture. But you know that old saying, it's not how you start, but how you finish. Broccoli wins this Michael Phelps style by 1/10 of a second. And he's happy to do it. Back to the ball game. Bottom of the 4th, John Swomey delivers a solo shot to the seats in left field, and that closed the gap to 2-1. But Trenton returns the favor in the top half of inning number 5. Edouard Gonzalez with a blast to left field, his 2nd home run of the game. This one a 2-run shot. Trenton goes on top by the score of 4-1. They're just getting started. In the 6th we go. Colin Curtis joins the home run parade with a 2-run blast to center field. That increases the lead to 6-1. Trenton then breaks the game wide open, and it comes in the top half of inning number 7. After a wild pitch makes it 7-1. Colin Curtis with a chopper down the first baseline. 2 runners score. Trenton builds a 10-1 advantage. A late Reading rally falls short. Trenton wins the first 3 games of the series, 11-7. Your final game for tonight. And by the way, Phil's third baseman, Pedro Feliz, in the lineup for a rehab start. He'll play tonight and expect to play tomorrow when they start that 3-game set with Bowie.
So the AA affiliate of the Yankees, which of course is Trenton, the AAA Scranton Wilkes-Barre, looking a lot like the Bronx Bombers these days.
Right, well, maybe a little opposite. I don't know the Bronx Bombers are doing as well.
Well, they're not doing well, but I mean the Bronx Bombers of old. Yeah, they're doing better than the parent club. All right, we're going to shift gears when we come back. We'll check in on the Philadelphia Force, who gain a lot of momentum heading into the NPF playoffs.
There's an answer to high gas prices from a place you may not expect. Lexus of Lehigh Valley has a huge selection of fuel-efficient pre-owned Toyotas, Hondas, Nissans, and certified Lexus, now available with less than perfect credit and white glove service. Come in today for payments as low as $199 a month and surprisingly low finance rates. Lexus of Lehigh Valley, a pre-owned experience like no other.
Caring teachers, disciplined, safe, structured environment, college-bound students, academic excellence, values for a lifetime. All this and more. Do you want these things for your teenager? Bethlehem Catholic and Allentown Central Catholic, high schools of the Diocese of Allentown, students who are learning to change the world.
Need a new door? Come to ABE Doors and Windows, the Valley's Who's Who leader.
Sure, both of these models are quite attractive, but with 20-gauge steel and the highest insulation factors, only one will stay just as beautiful for years to come. See the complete line of Elite doors only at ABE Doors and Windows.
As a woman, the health issues you face will change over a lifetime. Whether you're an expectant mother, caring for a family member, or battling osteoporosis, fast, accurate information is vital in making the best decision. RMRI of Bethlehem is a recognized leader in imaging with radiologists and technologists that make you feel confident, knowing privacy is guaranteed and results will be to your doctor right away. Radiology and MRI of Bethlehem.
You're watching Sports Scene, powered by Cranked Body Fuel.
Philadelphia Force will be the number 2 seed in the upcoming NPF playoffs. The double elimination championship gets underway this Friday in Kimberly, Wisconsin. The Force, despite a 4-game sweep over visiting Akron, wind up 1 game behind Chicago, who, by the way, won their last 12 games. Defending champion Washington and New England round out the top 4 teams in the league. It will be exciting. Saturday, the Force eliminated the Racers with a doubleheader sweep. Game number 1, a 3-1 final for the Force in 10 innings with Jenna Hall drilling a 3-run homer. This is game number 2 here in Akron, looking good early. They go up to the early lead. Or excuse me, the Force to Philly gets on the board in the 3rd. Chelsea Spencer with a sacrifice. Amy Hudson will score. Then in the 4th, Megan Gibson lines one to left center. That gets through the fence, a ground rule double. Kristen Miller continues with the bats. Hit up the middle. Gibson will score, and it was 2-0 in favor of the home team. More in the 4th. Emily Friedman connects down the 3rd baseline. Looks like this one should be out, but it's dropped. We'll take it. And there'll be an error there. McDonald's speed shown here as she is off to the races. A bad throw. Will wind up. She'll wind up on 2nd, and Friedman in the 3rd. She'll eventually score. Moving on now, the Racers will get out of the inning. The ball gets away, but not far enough. Butler, the catcher, a good play. Defense big for the Force, as so was Katie Burkhart. force go on to win this one by a final of 4-0 and sweep the series. They'll leave for Kimberly on Thursday, 31-17 their record, first ever playoff appearance.
Just really focused and buckled down, and I mean, when you can have a team that gets the run support that we have had, it's, I mean, a bonus. I feel that we've kind of picked up a lot of momentum towards the end, which, I mean, that's what you want. You know, in the middle of the season, there were some ups and downs. Now we've picked up that momentum and we're just going forward, and I think that's definitely going to roll into Kimberly and really, you know, take waves.
Well, today marks the start of the second week of football practice as area teams prepare for the first regular season game on Labor Day weekend. For the Palisades Pirates, despite the loss of a number of players, they will once again be one of the teams to contend with not only in the Colonial League, but also district play. The Pirates, under head coach Brian Gilbert, are coming off a memorable 2007 season, one that saw them capture a share of the Colonial League championship with Palmerton, along with a District 11 2A championship, which saw the Pirates beat the Blue Bombers. Palisades would eventually lose to Lansdale Catholic in the sub-regional championship. The Pirates ended the year at 10-3, the most wins in school history, going 6-1 at home and 4-2 on the road. They're looking for more of that success in 08.
You know, whenever you come back from a championship season, the expectations are even higher. You know, the pressure's on now, you know, to try to repeat and go above what we did last year. So we're working towards those goals, and we know that the bullseye's on our back, and we got to work even harder this year. The league this year is as competitive as ever. You know, so many of the teams last year that are on the top will be at the top again. The teams that were in the middle, I think, are going to move up, and the guys that, you know, that didn't win so many games last year, I think they're going to be vastly improved. So it's going to be as competitive as ever. You know, with half the teams being 3A, half the teams being 2A, you know, you get such a strong mix of teams. You know, no one could really talk about the postseason until they get through a 10-game Colonial League schedule.
Palisades football was founded in 1971. The school waited 36 years before capturing their first championship. Now they'll try to repeat despite the loss of a number of players to graduation, including quarterback Kyle Jensen. Gilbert still feels the Pirates have the players to contend. They begin their quest on their home field opening night against the Penargil Green Knights.
One of the holes we had to fill was at quarterback. And we have 3 guys working in there right now, and you know, a senior, junior, and a sophomore. So it's been a nice competitive outing with the quarterbacks. 2 line spots we're trying to fill. Have some good competition there, and a couple of spots on defense. So, you know, that's what we're looking for last week and this week is how they compete and how they're going to challenge each other. You know, we start off with Penargil. Penargil's a very good team, very strong team up front, well coached. A lot of players back from last year. So again, you know, whenever you face another Colonial League team, first game, I mean, you have some non-conference games like some of the other schedules have in the area. So, you know, we start day one, game one, with everything counts. You know, everything counts towards the end goal, winning the Colonial League, which, again, is as competitive as ever.
Brian Gilbert talking about some of the teams in 3A. Saucon Valley, one of those teams. Wilson this year moves up to 3A as well, so they really don't have to contend them. But, you know, during the season, you got to beat every team to get yourself towards districts.
Things have changed in Palisades. You mentioned waited 36 years for their first championship. They waited some 31 or 32 years for their first winning season in football. They're few doing a better job right now than Brian Gilbert as a head coach.
And remember the day when they had that losing streak that no one wants to even talk about anymore. And now with Brian Gilbert at the helm, things have changed considerably.
Yep, I think they like it for the better, that's for sure. On that note, we will bid you good evening for all of us here at 2 Sports Service Electric, along with Al DiCarlo. I'm Mike Zambelli. Enjoy your Monday night.
preceding was a presentation of 2 Sports, the leader in local sports coverage.